Hello everyone, Angelo here, Hollywood filmmaker, recovering hobo, and it's been a week into my recovery rituals of DPDR. Been going well, actually. I'm feeling a lot better, so I'll just save all the explanation of everything, what it is, look it up elsewhere. It's too much to explain, but every morning, been getting up at 3:45, using a massage gun on my back, which is huge. It helps just make me feel like I'm releasing so much tension in my body. And I do progressive muscle relaxation and deep breathing. Been doing it throughout the day, and I've needed to because I've been so stressed about something. It's just something that it keeps getting in my head, consuming me, and it's been really hard to sort of not stress about this thing. And fortunately, the problem itself is kind of resolved, but I've still been really stressed about it, and it's been like really painful and like wearing me down. And finally, I'm to the point where like it just kind of lifted, and it could come back if I'm not good about trying to focus on my bodily state and relaxation, and not basically how I want to like solve this problem in my head and work it out and figure things out, which there's nothing to solve anyways. I know that's vague. I don't want to get into what it is. I just have to you know not just give the vague detail or no details about it. But I've been working on my writing assignments a little bit. It's my last week of class, so we got like a big assignment. Kind of frustrated because one, it's been hard to concentrate, and also so something happened yesterday, and I realized I'm just working out all wrong. My nutrition's all wrong. Like, I've been working out nearly every day for like 4 years, and I'm still not that muscular. And like, this is as big as my arms have ever been. I haven't even worked on my triceps for like 2 months because I crashed on my bike and hurt my ribs. So that's another thing. It's like I've learned to ride my bike better, learned how to turn better, learned how to ride with one hand, because that's how I crashed. I was riding fast and trying to brake and signaled left, and then I lost control. And it's like, I didn't realize you can actually learn how to ride with one hand. So now I know how to do. I practice it all the time just to be really good at it. Like, go over speed bumps with one hand, and like, if I'm not sure if I can get any point with one hand, I'll keep my other hand, and I practice with both close to the handlebar. But for one thing, I'm like, man, I've been working out so hard in the mornings, then riding my bike 3 miles to work, riding my bike 3 miles back. I'm doing a lot of walking at my job and lifting, and trying to not eat a lot and make a quality food at the same time. And I'm like constantly either like in pain from like not even hunger, just like I feel like my body is being like ground down. And then yesterday, my bike pedal was scraping, and I knew I had to bring it to a bike shop to get fixed. And so I rode it home, and I just rode like an extra 3 or 4 blocks to a bike shop, brought it in there. They said they have to replace something, the carriage or something, I forget. It's gonna be like $60, so not a big deal, thank goodness. But I had to walk back home just like the 4 blocks, riding that extra 4 blocks and then walking, and then I had to walk to the grocery store like another 3 blocks and then walk back. Wore me out so much. I'm like, this is absurd. Like, I am so worn out from all this exercise. It's clearly like not a formula, that's gonna work. It's clearly I cannot just work out, like ride my bike, work out like a maniac, hours and hours a week, and it's gonna help. And I thought, when people say you can't work out a bad diet, or in my case, just it's not the right proportions of whatever nutrients I need, I thought it was like they're saying, oh, you're not disciplined enough to work out. What I'm realizing with this is like, no, your body will shut down, and like your body will adapt to these workouts, and it won't let you go any further, basically. Because I've been riding my bikes a lot of times like 20 miles on the weekends. I built up my legs somewhat, and I can ride my bike with less effort uphill now. Okay, it's weird. People are just playing music, but when it bounces off the walls of the buildings around here, it just has this weird sound. Like, is it people talking to each other? And it's not. So it just tripped me out. It's like 5:30 in the morning here, 5:45. So I realized I've been working out so ridiculously hard, like using the exercise band, and I can't. I've been injuring myself. I've had shoulder impingements. That's not from working out. That's from bad posture, and hopefully that can recover partly. I'm hoping with the massage gun I can do, because I can't do like lateral raises. Like, I cannot use the exercise cord like this. If I do, oh, it's like a knife into my shoulder. Not like right then and there, but it's like this dull pain, like digging in my shoulders. I'm like, I can't do this. So maybe I'll be able to do that in the future, maybe not. But I'm like, I know I'm not doing this right. And somehow I accidentally just stumbled on this bodybuilder, Mike O'Hearn's YouTube channel. And YouTube just suggested it for me. I saw one of his videos saying like, don't do cardio, which of course he doesn't say don't do cardio. Like, I just wanted to see what he was saying about this, because I'm like, I don't know, maybe I'm doing this all wrong. Like, I'm doing tons and tons of cardio. And I listened to him. I'm like, this guy looks like he looks so strange. Like I don't know how old he is. Like, he could be 30, could be 50. He's huge, he's jacked, and I'm like, okay. And I have a bad association in my head already from, muscular guys on YouTube, just thinking they're peddling some fad, or they're just full of themselves, or that, first of all, they're not funny, they're not entertaining, they try and be, they're just not interesting. I'm like, okay, what's this narcissist have to say? This, weirdo. He looks like he must be so concerned about with his looks and everything. And as I was listening to him talk, I'm like, oh, like, he seems to genuinely care about people. He seems genuinely empathetic. It seem like he just wants to baby people and take it easy. Like, he says straight up, like get off my channel, you're not for me. But he's not rude about it. He's not a maniac like some people. He genuinely seems like he wants a strong program for people to be in, strong diet, nutrition. But he was talking about things like wanting to have longevity and understanding the science of your body, and how a lot of people don't get it, and they just want to get jacked and power through workouts. And he's like, you might do that for 6 months, but then you'll fall off, because it's not sustainable the way you're doing it. And he's like, I've been a bodybuilder. He's like, my first magazine article was like 1987. I'm like, wait, how old is this guy? He's like, I've been in this for like 5 decades now. Turns out he is 50, I guess, or maybe by now 51. I don't know. This was a recent video. And as I was listening, I was like, oh, he seems like a very level-headed, like, genuinely decent person. Like, he actually seems to be pretty, like, grounded as a person, not doing bad jokes. He seems to listen to people. Like, I watched some of his live streams, or one of them actually, and he just genuinely seemed appreciative of people, and like wanting to answer their questions and not being a jerk about it. And like, even somebody said something, and like, you could tell they were saying like, this one product, this protein powder that he sells is out, and he's like, oh, the Vegan Gains is out of stock. I didn't know that. And he talked to his partners, and he's like, Jay, can you check on that? And he's like, thank you for telling me that. I didn't know it was out, so we're gonna make a phone call and check on that. I'm like, oh, how nice. Like, he just sounds like a decent person. I'm referring to like basically how the one person I did watch for a while, I stopped watching, Wes Watson. Definitely, I don't doubt he gets results with his clients, but I mean, why this like whole bully tough guy, like sharking like a maniac, yelling at people? One, it just seems like a circus act. Like, I know you can't be like that all the time. Like, you're turning it on for the camera. And also, it kind of makes me tune out, because it's like all you're doing is yelling. Yeah, like, yeah, at first it'll grab your attention, like, whoa, what's this guy talking about? And then it just kind of wanes and wanes. It's like, oh, you just yell, and yet you never vary up your tone. He does occasionally, and when he has, it's powerful. But I'm like that, and I've heard of people who talked about interacting with him and said like they were on his program, or one person tried to sign up for it, and just what a jerk he is. And I'm like, yeah, this guy doesn't do what he says he does. Like, he says he's all about supporting what it, and then if he talks the way people have shown with their DMs and stuff with him, I'm like, nah. And then there's the other stuff with his wife, where she left, and who knows the story. I don't even like getting into gossip, but not necessarily a good guy. Maybe very flawed, you could say, but I don't need that. And anyway, so Mike Hearn just seems like, oh, genuinely empathetic, caring person, but disciplined too. He's like, if you want your, cheats and shortcuts and stuff, get off my channel. This is not for you. The vast majority of you out there do not listen. And so you're gonna like not have longevity. You're not gonna get a better body as you age. You're gonna have injuries and stuff. And so he was telling people as it is. So, okay, that's a very long way of getting around something. What I'm saying is, I'm gonna sign up for his meal plan and just see what does he say, because I know I'm not eating right. I'm eating quality stuff. I'm eating healthy, but like after yesterday, like I cannot eat enough to keep my energy up. My body is just like boom, like ground down. And part of wanting to recover from DPDR and being a good rider is feeling grounded and focused in my body. And that doesn't work if my nutrition's all off. So clearly I don't know how to do it. I've looked up little reverse dieting tips, and I'm like, I don't know how to understand this. The take your body weight, divide by 3, multiply by the radius of the moon, depending on where it is in its phase, and measure the barometric atmospheric pressure and the marine layer. It's like seems so absurdly complicated. I'm sure that's something like Michael Hearn can make fun of me for, but like because he probably knows all that stuff and how to do it. But he was talking about like longevity and range of motion, which already now I have some issues with because I can't do the shoulder, like the lateral raises like this. Even that hurts a little bit, like stings in my shoulders. So I'm like, okay, maybe I can get that back. I don't know. It's not a huge concern for me. It's not like I'm trying to be in bodybuilding competitions. But I'm like, this is absurd. Like, I want to be in better shape. I want to lose fat. And I don't want to be like, feel like a pencil eraser worn down to the nub. Like, just worn out from that extra few. And just probably all week I was being worn out. I was not eating enough. And definitely not sleeping enough. And working out pretty hard every day. So this weekend I'm not working out. I was gonna take a metro bike to the downtown, the draft house to see Spirited Away today. I'm really excited about that. I'm gonna take the metro, like the train. I'm not gonna take a metro bike because also that could my ribs are still recovering from the bike crash like 2.5 months ago, and part of it is I keep slightly re-aggravating them. And riding those metro bikes, they're in a kind of the position just where it's gonna strain my ribs a little. So I'm like, okay, clearly, if anything else I learned, I need to rest more and have like I'm doing like the same workouts every day, and it's helping some. Like I'm getting a little like size in my arms, but it's not, and definitely my legs, but it's I'm not doing it smart. So I'll sign up for his meal plan, $50 a month. I'm kind of dreading spending it, like if I have to spend a lot of extra money on food, but I'm like, I already know what it's like to spend a lot of money on food and not get results I want. Like all I could manage to do is basically starve myself and just get smaller. So now I'm trying to see, okay, what's this guy say? If it doesn't work, I'll just cancel it. It's subscription, so $50 a month. And if that works, I'm like, okay, now I'll try one of his workout plans. Partly I want to wait for the workout plan because I can't do push-ups yet or triceps because of my ribs. So I'm like, well, I can't even get the benefit of it yet. So, and also I just want to see if the meal plan works at first, because I know I can get in better shape from the right nutrition than from working out. So at least I want to see that first. So anyways, that's going to be a big thing for me. It was just really bothering me, like how stupid I was, like to not realize this over the years. But also I didn't have a good guide, or I don't know if he's a good guide or not. Michael Hearn, I don't know. So I'm not endorsing him yet, but I'm saying at least his videos, like he seems to really talk like both he cares, but he wants to be stern with people and give the discipline, but he's not like a needless jerk about it. He's like really saying it in a way it's like, look, if you're on board with me, here's what you need to do. It's not about like, oh, you're stupid and you're anyways. So there's that. I am really excited to see Spirited Away tonight at the Draft House. Oh, I'm so excited. I love that movie. I only remember seeing it in like 2003 on DVD, like right around Easter time, and it was a tough time for me. I was so sad. I was in high school. I was 18, I was in my first full-blown, I can't believe I'm saying this because I didn't know I had it at the time at all, dissociated state with DPDR. I had no clue in the world it was DPDR. None. I literally thought it was God trying to like rip me out of my body to control me, or like ripping me out of my body to make me a priest or something. But like even that wouldn't, like, obviously that I would have been psychologically unfit for that. And not it sounds weird saying it because like there's no I'm an atheist, like there's nothing to that idea, but like it was so like this tractor beam in my brain, like I was being ripped out of my body and these delusions of reference were coming everywhere, and like I was losing my emotions, and it was the first time I was really trying to feel my emotions and live. So obviously I'd been very lonely before that anyway, so now it's like I was very lonely. I'm trying to learn social skills, I'm trying to learn how to feel my emotions, but I had no clue, what I was going through, what the amount of work I'd have to do to be better. And this is 18 years ago. No, 19 years ago now. All right. And let's hope the police helicopters don't fly by. And I saw Spirited Away on DVD, like just trying to hold on to some normalcy in me, because I really believe, like, as the days and months went by, for like 14 months, my ability to feel emotion just kept sliding down, and the pain involved with just trying to do normal things, which for me were not normal yet. I was not, really like myself yet. Was like going up. That pain was so searing, and I was losing the ability to like enjoy food, and it was just a nightmare. But I did enjoy Spirited Away, and it was painful to watch because I'm like, oh, those are situations and people and emotions and filmmaking that I'll never be a part of. I wanted to be a filmmaker at 18, well, since I was 17, but I was like, this thing in me is completely opposed to being a filmmaker, because obviously you have to feel your emotions and be grounded to be a filmmaker. And I thought either, like, yeah, it was just God was trying to rip me out of my body, or I was going completely insane. Really, I was hoping I was going insane rather than God doing this thing to me. It was so terrifying. I literally thought like I was losing my free will, like, oh, God was not okay with me just living a normal life, so it's almost like he was like getting his manacles or whatever into me and like forcing me to do exactly what he wanted. But anyway, so Spirited Away, now I'll be in a good position to watch it, and I'm just feeling so much better after the last week of recovery from DPDR. I'm going to keep up my recovery routine. I want to be 100%, even though I'm doing so well now. I don't want to be at 90% or 95. I want to be at 100%. So I'm going to keep doing the muscle relaxation, the massage gun, focusing on my bodily state and trying to get out of my head. And when I do get in my head stressed, I think to myself, focus on my state, focus on regulating my state. And that helps. It's not always successful, but it helps. And eventually I was able to sort of flip that in me. Today I'm just hoping to do a lot of writing. I'm so like almost embarrassed that like my nutrition's been so bad and I didn't know how to eat. So that's kind of really bothering me. Like I feel embarrassed about like, oh, I have not been eating right. I need just someone to I could read a book about nutrition and reverse dieting and figuring that out, or I could just let someone tell me, like pay $50 a month, and they can tell, and they can tailor it to me a little, because it's like I don't really have time to cook, so obviously I want to figure out, well, how can I get the nutrition I need without cooking, or minimal cooking if possible. And I don't have a ton of room in the fridge either, so I may not be able to eat refrigerated goods a lot. So say if they want me to eat a lot of protein, well, it might have to be canned salmon. But yeah, it was like I was lying down last night. I'm like, this is embarrassing that like I've been this wrong about it and not getting the results I want. But anyways, I am doing well. My mom's doing well. Been talking to her, so looking forward to just doing a lot of writing today, because I've been distracted. Like I was like, I have to watch this stuff from Michael Hearn and figure out what do I want with this stuff, because I'm like, I am so fatigued. And cycling is great psychologically, but like riding my bike. Um, and it's fun and everything, but I'm like, this is absolutely like, it's hard to even concentrate on writing when I'm this worn out. So no working out this weekend. I will take a walk to the metro station, but and it is more exercise for me to walk now because it's like I do have more muscle, so it is more kind of weight for me to carry. But like I said, nowhere near where I want to be. I don't want to be huge either. Just in much better shape. That's all, and thinner too. I want to know how to eat and not put on fat, or at least know if you got to cycle between the build phase, bulk phase, and the cut phase, and all that. Anyways, and to be healthy, have good cholesterol levels, blood pressure, all that. So that's something he talked about too. So I'm like, oh, okay, this sounds good. It sounds good. I don't know if it will be good, but we'll see. So, going to get to a lot of writing today. Looking forward to Spirited Away tomorrow. Lots of writing too, and I'll just see Spirited Away again. No, I'm not going to do that. Probably I'll just have to write all day. But I just realized I cannot. I can't work out my way out of the shape I'm in. Because even right now, like, and I slept a good 8.5 hours last night. I'm just worn out. So, anyways, thanks for watching, everyone. Just gonna keep trying to regulate my state. Be well. I'm gonna see what this meal plan's about. See if it works. All right, bye.